Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a 4-month update. So I promised that a mommy video would be next. I feel like I've kind of been neglecting this part of my channel. Let's do a quick rewind for those of you who are new to the family. My daughter, Alyssa Noel, was born on August 1st, 2012 via C-section. 20 hours of labor, and she was just not in a good position. I think it was transverse position. Was in the hospital for 3 days. Alyssa was in the NICU for 3 days as well. After the 3 days were up, I was home making sushi that night. Like, it feels like pregnancy, being pregnant was like forever and 1,000 years ago. I have no interest in pregnancy anymore. I love being pregnant when I am. If I were ever asked to be a surrogate for somebody, definitely 100%, of course I would do it. But for now, factory is closed. This Kuka is out of commission. I think anything else, it would just be like Stargate, you know what I mean? So no more babies for us at the moment. I'm kind of going through a bit of an awkward phase. I'm having a bad hair day today. I noticed maybe 3 weeks ago that I'm losing a ton of hair. Literally, I could provide Beyonce with 2 lace fronts and that bitch would be looking fierce. I do remember this happening with Joshua, but it just wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't as much, or maybe I just didn't notice it as much. All of these like baby hairs and stuff that I got going on, I'm not feeling it. It's just not me. So yeah, enough about my hair. Breastfeeding. I am still 100% exclusively breastfeeding, and that's going really, really well. Or I started taking fenugreek. It looks like this. It comes in a bottle like this. This one I purchased at GNC. See, this says to take 1 to 2 capsules daily. Typically, the bottle, depending on where you get it, will say to take up to 3 capsules daily. My lactation consultant has told me that is not going to do it for you. It's not a big enough oh, what is the word? Dosage, duh. It's not a big enough dosage to do what you need it to do. So I take 6 a day. It sounds like a lot, but trust me, girl, it works. So let's talk a little bit about fenugreek. Studies have shown that fenugreek can increase your milk production by as much as 900%. It's basically what it does is when you are breastfeeding, it makes you go from an Olsen twin to Pam Anderson in about 12 hours. I used it when I was pregnant with Joshua and I had no problems with it at all, and he's fine. He's developing fine. He hasn't lost any limbs. I took this for the first time, when was it? Last Wednesday, so the day before Thanksgiving, and that night I was able to pump 12 ounces within a matter of hours, and that's like after a long good feeding. I fed her for maybe 30 minutes. I felt, you know, like she was completely full, not interested in my tatas at all anymore, and then I was able to pump all of that out. I can do a separate video dedicated entirely to that just because there is a lot of information to tell you guys. This is going to be the TMI section for those of you guys who maybe do not want to hear about any of this. I'm going to get into the bloody truth. With Joshua, I didn't have a period until I think he was like 1. He was about 1 year old when I had my first period after him. So I was kind of not expecting to have a period at all, and I think I got my period back at about maybe 1.5 months after having Alyssa. Now, I got Mirena put in at 6 weeks, and then I had a period about a week later. That might have something to do with it, not quite sure. I've tried the pill, I've tried the patch, I've tried everything except for the shot, and they've all made me crazy, made me lose my hair, made me gain weight, made me lose weight. I've had every bad experience possible, but Mirena is the only thing that's worked for me. Alyssa's 4 months now, so I've had it in for almost 3, and I've had a great experience with it. I haven't had a period in a while, but I do have the crampage. Before I had my C-section, it was like, okay, I knew when I was going to start my period. I was very, very regular. I was always starting on like a certain day, typically the 29th, I'll just say it. I would start on the 29th of every month, and I wouldn't ever have like cramping or headaches or anything like that. I would have one really, really bad cramp literally around 3 or 4 p.m. every single 29th of the month, and one bad cramp, and then I was like, okay, I need to go get a pocket rocket and just shove it up there. So ever since having my C-section, because of the Mirena, I don't have periods, but I do notice that I have really, really, really bad cramping, and like I said, I've never had that problem before. You would think that, okay, your uterus was cut open and sewn back together. Maybe it's a possibility that that has something to do with it. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I sound like an idiot for even questioning it, but if you guys have, any of you ladies out there have had a C-section, or you know somebody who's had that same kind of experience, please let me know, just because I want to know that I am not crazy and it's not just, you know, just me. Now on to the biggest question of all. Weight loss, what I've done, what I am doing, have I lost weight, where am I at? So when I was pregnant, I gained 23 pounds, maybe 24. I can't quite remember, but I know that the last time I updated, I was at 23 pounds, and that was like 38 weeks pregnant. 3 or 4 weeks after having Alyssa, the swelling went down a little bit. I was definitely fitting back into my pre-pregnancy clothes. Now, I don't look the way that I did before. My panza is still all flabby and just kind of gross and like Play-Doh looking. Definitely tightening up a lot. I've been doing a lot of like Pilates and stuff to help with that. Cardio is the best way, and I hate my husband. He was right, but cardio is the best way to do it. For me, I don't like to run. I run like a duck. I don't like to, you know, do a million sit-ups. I don't like to do a million jumping jacks. That's just not me. The best cardio that's ever worked for me was dancing, and that was like back in high school, a little bit after high school and whatnot. Obviously, getting out and shaking my bonbon isn't quite realistic now that I've got 2 babies and a husband at home, but hey, I do not know exactly how much weight I have lost. I mean, it's after Thanksgiving. Maybe I've gained a few pounds. I'm not quite sure. I prefer not to know numbers. In high school and throughout my teenage years, I really struggled with anorexia really badly, and I find that just knowing numbers, knowing how much I weigh is kind of triggering for me. So the less I know, the better. What works best is, you know, just as long as I feel healthy, as long as I feel good about myself, then I am okay. I do not need to know any numbers. I do measure myself, you know, just on the random. At first, when I first started working out, I was doing it pretty regularly, and then I found that that was a little bit triggering for me, and I became just a little bit kind of, I want to say obsessive, more obsessive and more interested than I needed to be. Do you guys know what I mean? Last time I measured myself was about 2 days ago. So to kind of give you guys a little bit of an insight as to what maybe I am, my bust is at 35, my waist is at 29, and my hips are at a 40. I do not necessarily know how much I weigh. I just know that I'm fitting into my pre-pregnancy clothes. In fact, they're fitting a little bit loose, and I am okay with that. So as far as what I do for a workout, a lot of you guys have asked in this video. Whoa, I don't even know if you guys can see this. The light might be drowning it out, but it's Beach Pilates by Shelly McDonald. This here is like a lime green, and she's doing that sort of mode. Her husband must be very happy. I know Mike would be really happy if I could do that. Yeah, I do this 3 or 4 times a week, depending on when I have the time. Typically, I'll work out the first thing in the morning because the babies are still sleeping and I wake up pretty early. So that is just what works best for me. I find that Pilates really targets, you know, a certain area. So if you're having a problem with your hips, if your trouble area is your stomach, if your trouble area is your thighs, Pilates will definitely target those specific areas, and you can tailor the workout specifically to you and where your problem areas are and get the results that you want. I started seeing results with this maybe within 2 weeks. I was like, hey, there's no more dimples. So definitely pick this up. It was $14 or $15 at Target. There's like there's 4 DVDs in here. I mean, hey, you know, this girl's got a nice butt, so why not? Gearing up for Christmas, getting ready. My tree was up like the week before Thanksgiving. I've got all my decorations up. I just made a wreath. I want to know, this is my first year having like 2 babies. Way to state the obvious, Andie. I'm very cheesy when it comes to like traditions and holidays and stuff like that. We have to go see the lights for Halloween. We have to go trick-or-treating, stuff like that. So growing up, we didn't really have many traditions in my family. You know, driving through the Taco Bell drive-thru and saying 12 bean and cheese burritos, no sauce, no onions, extra cheese. That's about as far as I got for traditions for my family. If you guys have any like holiday traditions, Christmas traditions, or even just December traditions, go ahead and leave them down below, just because I think I've heard of a few like Elf on the Shelf. I still don't even quite know what that is. Yep, that's gonna do it for me, guys. That is all that I had to update you guys on for this video. If you want to subscribe, please do so. The button is a key in this area of your screen. If not, then just kidding. You can like me on Facebook, add me on Twitter. All links and information will be down below. As always, go ahead and leave a thumbs up on this video so I know that you like to see my face on this channel. If you guys have anything specific that you want to see from me, always feel free to contact me in any type of way. I think that's gonna do it for me, guys. If I forgot anything, if you have any questions, you know the drill. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!